Today we are going to talk about two different multiplication strategies to help us with mental math. Here we go. We're going to practice two different multiplication strategies today that can really help us multiply larger numbers in our heads. The first one is the half-double strategy. We can also call it the double half because it doesn't matter which order you double or half. Here's an example. If I had the question 5 times 24, maybe not super easy to do right away in your head, but a very quick thing you could do is find the half of one number and the double of the other, and then use those two factors to find your answer. Here's what I mean. If I double the 5, it gives me 10. And since I doubled this, I will half this. Half of 24 is 12. Now, for most people, this question, 10 times 12, would be much easier to do in their head than 5 times 24. And guess what? They both have the same answer, 120. So that's a quick strategy you can do, especially when you're multiplying anything by 5 or 50 or something that, when doubled, gives us a very friendly number like 10 or 100 to work with. And remember, you can have the first or double the first as long as you do the opposite operation to the second. So half double or double half. Here's another example of a multiplication question that works well with the half double rule. I know that if I were to double 15, I would get 30, and 30 is easier to work with than 15 when I'm multiplying because it ends in 0. Since I doubled the 15, I'll have to halve the 14, which is 7. 7 times 30 is a much easier question than 14 times 15 to do in my head, and they both equal 210. Let's talk about partial products. We did partial quotients in another video with division. Same strategy here, but we'll be multiplying. Partial product simply means we are going to multiply in pieces, and then we'll put the pieces together in the end to have our final answer. So 68 times 7, we're just going to take the large number and multiply it from left to right by the smaller number. So first I have 60 times 7 is 420. Maybe you can just hold this in your head, or maybe you need to jot it down while you're still getting used to the strategy. And then I will do 7 times 8, which is 56. And I'll put those two pieces together in my head. So 476. Let's practice that one more time. This time I have the small number on the left and the larger number on the right. Doesn't matter, either way I'm going to go 3 times 90, which is 270, and 3 times 3, which is 9, 279. So that's the half double strategy and the partial product strategy. So depending on what the question is, you will decide which strategy is best for you. Here we have 25 times 28. This is a good question to use my half double or double half rule. If I were to double 25, it would give me 50, which would mean I would take the half of 28, which is 14. This is easier, but I can make it easier because once I have half doubled, I can half double again. So I'm going to double my 50 to make an even more friendly number, and I'll have the 14. 100 times 7 is so much easier than 25 times 28. This is a good question to do partial products. I can do 6 times 30, so in my head I'm thinking that's 180, and then I've got 6 times 1, which is just a 6, and I'll add those pieces together to get 186. I'm definitely going to do half double here because I've got a 50, which when doubled gives me 100, and that's super easy to work with. So I'll have to take half of 64, which is 32. 32 times 100, 3,200. Here is a question where I will do partial products. 9 times 40. In my head I'm thinking 360. And I'll have to add that to 9 times 2, which is 18. Add them together and I'll have 378. Okay, now it's your turn. Pause the video, try these questions, and then come back to check your answers. 15 times 18 is a great question to half double, or double half in this case. So I'm thinking 30 times 9. 9 times 3 is 27, paste my 0, 270. 3 times 73 is a great question for partial quotients. 3 times 70 is 210. Just trying to think this in my head if possible. 3 times 3 is 9. 219 is my answer. This is a great question to half double. Whenever I can make 10, I want to. 24 times 10, 240. And I'll do partial quotients here, partial products, because we're multiplying. 4 times 30 is 120, I'm thinking in my head. 4 times 4 is 16, I'm thinking in my head. Put them together, 136.